the judge in this case, Judge Marchand, as a lawyer, I watched this trial, listen to the results of it every day of what happened. This man is excellent. He's a superb judge, and he did everything by the book, did everything correctly. I don't think he put one foot wrong. I don't think there's going to be any grounds for appeal. I think it's done.
Listening to that was Dr. Ann Olivarius. Ann is chair and senior partner at the McAllister Olivarius law firm. Now, Ann specialises in cases of discrimination, sexual harassment and assault. She has successfully represented clients against big institutions, and she's lobbied Parliament in terms of protecting vulnerable people. So she's a real kind of expert in this field. Now, Ann, welcome to the show. First of all, your reaction to the result.
Was just it was exciting. One had a sense that there really is justice in America, that is possible, because Trump has gotten away with very many things. He keeps escaping being held accountable, and now he has been made to be accountable.
And look, he is going to appeal. What do you think his chances are from a legal point of view?
I think the judge in this case, Judge Marchand, as a lawyer, I watched this trial, listen to the results of it every day of what happened. This man is excellent. He's a superb judge, and he did everything by the book, did everything correctly. I don't think he put one foot wrong. I don't think there's going to be any grounds for appeal. I think it's done. I mean, Marchand was fabulous.
And what about the Trump camp's allegation that somehow this was rigged against him because these judges are politically appointed and he was never going to get a fair trial?
Well, he may have appointed judges that were political, and like Eileen Cannon in the Mar-a-Lago case, who's slow walking everything, and she's young, as the gentleman before me just said, Will. But certainly she's a Trump appointee and has been holding her decisions, it seems, to be partial to him. But most judges, in my experience, don't do that. I'm in American courts all the time and British courts, and I don't find them political. I find that people are hardworking, the judges. They generally know what they're doing. I don't think there's any evidence that this court was political at all.
And look, let's talk about the women at the centre of this, because you have represented many brave women as well. I mean, lots of women have really come forward to take on Donald Trump. There was the journalist E. Jean Carroll. Of course, Stormy Daniels is at the heart of this case. Tell us a bit about what it's like being a woman going up against arguably the most powerful and the most famous man on the planet.
Yes, I mean, this is fascinating because it has been women, and only women, who have really held this man to account. Stormy Daniels, for instance, wore a bulletproof vest to testify. She will need to live under protection for the rest of her life. Both E. Jean Carroll and Stormy Daniels have faced immense backlash. I mean, roughly maybe a third of the country think they're lying traitors. And a good number of really ill people will want to act on that, and they'll act out violently, as we've seen. Trump encourages that. But I think for many American women, for many women around the world, it has been cathartic to see E. Jean Carroll and Stormy Daniels stand up to Trump in the courtroom. They keep their dignity, they kept their wit, and they won. So I think it's really terrific. Stormy Daniels, she simply refused to be shamed and patronized for the work that she does, and the jury accepted that, and they didn't buy Trump's trying to rip her down. And so I think that's really important beyond this case. And of course, in 2016, Trump vowed that if he won, he'd sue all the women who accused him of sexual assault. So in the end, it was Trump who got sued by women, and he's lost.
Yeah, it's absolutely fascinating. And as you say, both of these women have faced so much abuse, and that really kind of denigration of them. I mean, excuses for the language, but Stormy Daniels was slut shamed constantly in terms of how she presented herself. But actually, she's a smart woman. She was telling the truth, and she's incredibly resilient and strong to have done this. Now, look, what do you think this will mean for women in America? We've got this really important election coming up. Lots of women's issues are going to be, centre stage, reproductive rights. Do you think sort of women will turn against Donald Trump, or do you think there is a group of hardcore women who support Trump who will, be leading the charge against E. Jean Carroll and Stormy Daniels and sticking up for Trump?
This is the great conundrum. We know that the very wealthy men who have come out in favor of him, like Schwartzman, I think yesterday, 2 days ago, they don't want to pay tax and they don't want regulation of industries. So that's why those people are supporting him. There's 14,000 American families that basically take that view. They're desperately wealthy. They don't want to have to be obliged to pay tax and be community members. But then there's this huge group of others because those people alone cannot get, Trump elected. Even though Elon Musk is joining that group, they're not going to be able to get him elected. They need to have masses of people. How a woman can vote for him, most women, it's hard to imagine
Okay.
given, he's not only against abortion now, but the pills, the abortion pills, and birth control he wants to take on. How does this work? In vitro fertilization, he's
Okay.
against. There's real trouble here. So why does a woman support him? If you can answer that question, I'd be grateful.
Well, we're going to be trying to dig into this over the rest of the programme. And grateful for your time. That's Dr. Ann Olivarius, who is senior partner at McAllister Olivarius Law Firm. Right, coming up next, we're going to be carrying on our Trump analysis. We're going to be speaking to the American political scientist Brian Klaas. It's just gone 1:22. You're listening to Aisha Hazarika on Times Radio, your election station, in association with Visit Qatar. Plan your trip today at visitqatar.com.